Welcome to the discussion. We're diving into a recent YouTube live stream titled Why Trump Abandoned His Ceasefire Demands. It's a really intriguing take on Trump's strategic moves, right?
Absolutely, yep. It's a deep dive into a controversial decision. What's striking to you about how the video frames Trump's abandonment of ceasefire demands?
Well, the host, Alastair Crooke, really lays out a narrative that suggests Trump's um, move wasn't just political theatrics. It was a calculated shift in
Right.
policy, you might say. It challenges the idea that his tactics were purely reactionary.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, there's an underlying suggestion that there were broader geopolitical motives at play. It pushes us to question whether Trump's apparent reversal was meant to signal something to allies and adversaries alike.
Definitely. And it's interesting how the discussion touches on both the political theater aspect and some realpolitik considerations. The video doesn't shy away from discussing the implications for US foreign policy, especially in regions like Ukraine.
Speaking of Ukraine, I noticed a segment with urgent aid for shelter animals there. That little interlude really juxtaposes the gravity of the political decisions with something more human and immediate.
Right? It's like they break the tension with a reminder that while big decisions are being made on the global stage, real lives and even pets in Ukraine are counting on our help. It's a clever way to ground the discussion.
Yeah, that's an interesting contrast. So, on the political side, do you think the video makes a strong case for Trump's strategy here?
I think it does to some extent. It argues that abandoning ceasefire demands might be seen as a move to strengthen the US's bargaining power and perhaps position itself more decisively in international negotiations. But there's also a hint that it could be about ignoring certain pressures.
I get what you mean. But could it also be read as a missed opportunity for de escalation? I mean, sometimes stepping back from demands can prevent unnecessary conflicts.
Yeah, that's a valid point. The
Right.
analysis sort of walks a thin line between seeing it as a strategic maneuver and a potential oversight in the pursuit of lasting peace. It's like you're weighing immediate gains against long term stability.
Exactly. And the live aspect of the stream adds to that raw, unpolished feel. The video is not just a pre recorded analysis, it's a live reaction where the energy and maybe some tension really comes through.
Yes, the live format truly gives it an edge. The fact that it's streamed live for nearly 28 minutes makes it feel more spontaneous and less scripted. You almost sense that the moderator wants the audience to feel this is unfolding in real time.
And did you notice the reference to alternative narratives, like some leaked discussions about an alleged Ukraine deal? That adds another layer to the conversation, don't you think?
For sure. The mention of those leaks, and even bringing in names like Jeffrey Sachs, shows that there's a network of narratives circulating around these decisions. It's almost like every angle is trying to piece together what might truly be behind the diplomatic facade.
Right? Yet it's important to critically assess these claims. Not everything leaks into public discourse carries the same weight, and sometimes it might just be political noise.
Absolutely. And there's room for debate here. I mean,
Yeah.
while some viewers might appreciate the idea of a hidden agreement or secret deal in Alaska, others might argue that it's more of a speculative narrative than a concrete policy analysis.
That's where I respectfully disagree a bit. I think even if some of those angles seem speculative, they still serve a purpose. They force us to question the simplicity of any political decision. It's a sort of healthy skepticism, wouldn't you agree?
Yeah, I can see that. The role of journalism here, particularly in live streams like these, is to stir the pot a bit so that the public doesn't settle for surface level interpretations. It's like peeling an onion, where each layer can reveal another twist.
Right, and peeling that onion can sometimes bring tears, both literal and figurative, because the truth can be messy. But it's necessary to get to the heart of these decisions.
Totally. Now, another dimension the video touches on is the broader reaction within the conservative and alternative media landscapes. It's not just about the policy, but also about how different factions interpret these moves.
Yeah, definitely. The interplay between different media voices, like Judge Napolitano's channel and Crooke's analysis, makes for a rich tapestry of opinions. It's almost like each channel has its own narrative angle, right?
Exactly. And that plurality can be both a strength and a weakness. On one hand, you get diverse perspectives. On the other, it can lead to a sort of echo chamber where opinions, even if conflicting, reinforce pre existing biases.
Right. And it makes me wonder, could this kaleidoscope of perspectives actually muddle the overall understanding of such a critical geopolitical move?
It's a double edged sword for sure. The discussion around Trump's ceasefire demands is both nuanced and, at times, polarizing. One might argue that the very act of abandoning those demands is a tactic designed to
Yeah.
provoke debate. It invites scrutiny from every side.
True. And that scrutiny, while healthy in a democratic society, can also spiral into partisanship. It's like there's this balance between challenging authority and at the same time, sometimes over-interpreting a single policy shift.
Yeah, and what's interesting is that the video doesn't just leave it at that. It dives into the timing of the decision, linking it to other international events and domestic pressures. Like, why now? Why, as opposed to earlier in the conflict? That temporal element really adds depth.
Exactly. Timing in politics is everything, right? And when you factor in simultaneous international crises, the pressure can force leaders into making quick, perhaps even abrupt decisions.
Right, think about it. It's like a chess game where every move, every pause shifts the balance of power. And here, abandoning ceasefire demands might be one of those unexpected moves that shuffles the board for everyone involved.
That analogy really paints the picture. But don't you think that sometimes the analysis might oversimplify the motives? I mean, politics rarely fits into a simple cause and effect scenario.
That's a fair critique. While the video does an admirable job of outlining potential motives, there's a risk of reducing complex international strategy to just a few headline factors. In reality, it's an intricate dance of multiple stakeholders and interests.
Right. It seems like the attempt is to spark debate rather than provide a definitive answer. And I guess that's useful in itself, in a way.
Exactly. It's like an invitation for us to look beyond surface narratives and to really question the broader implications of such policy decisions. It doesn't offer a neat, tidy conclusion, and maybe that's intentional.
Yeah, for sure. And the layering of other content, from leaked discussions in Alaska to commentary from other pundits, just adds more fuel to the fire. It's a real messy landscape, and in some ways, that messiness mirrors the complexities of international diplomacy.
Absolutely. The inclusion of those discussions can make viewers both more informed and more, well, skeptical. It challenges us to piece together disparate bits of information, sort of like trying to complete a puzzle with missing pieces.
Right, and that missing pieces part is what makes it fascinating. Each new piece or snippet of leaked info can change the whole picture. But again, we have to be careful not to jump to conclusions too quickly.
Exactly, which is why it's important to maintain a critical mindset. The video is provocative, but it ultimately serves as a launchpad for further investigation and discussion. It pushes us to ask, what else is going on here?
Right, and that is the essence of robust debate. Not taking things at face value, but delving into the underlying dynamics. Though sometimes I wonder if the fast-paced live format sacrifices some depth for immediacy. What do you think?
I mean, that's a good point. The live format is great for raw energy and immediacy, but yeah, it might not always allow for every nuance to be fully unpacked. It's like, you get the spark of the idea, but not always the full blueprint.
Yeah, true. But maybe that's the trade-off we have to accept in today's media. Rapid-fire delivery over, sometimes detailed analysis. Yet it still raises critical questions that we, as viewers, need to explore further.
Exactly. It leaves us with plenty to chew on. Ultimately, the video is less a conclusion and more an invitation to question and investigate deeper into how political strategies, like abandoning ceasefire demands, are crafted and executed.
And that invitation is what makes this discussion and the whole media landscape around it so dynamic. There's always more beneath the surface waiting to be unraveled.
Well put. So, in the end, it's our role as engaged citizens to keep asking questions, to look for additional evidence, and to never settle for a single narrative.
Right. Absolutely, and that's what keeps the conversation alive. This was a really stimulating discussion on complex geopolitical moves wrapped in modern media dynamics.
Yes, it definitely stimulates the mind. Until next time, let's continue to peel back those layers and keep that debate going.
Agreed. Thanks for the insightful chat. Catch you at the next discussion.